This country is filled with many things we must be grateful for, from advanced technology to the creation of new jobs and faster means of transportation, to improved educational systems and increasing discoveries made through research. At the same time, though, you turn on the TV and you see epidemics, hunger, poverty, unemployment, war, terrorism, increasing debt, and drug abuse in nations all across the world. After one issue appears to have disappeared, another one arises and chaos is back, this time a gazillion times worse. Is there a way to stop these growing problems for good and live in a world where fear doesn't exist? This is my dream, and it's a dream that can be achieved if today's generations join together to help make the best Earth possible for the future. I want to live in a world where fear of climate change and global warming doesn't exist. Current carbon dioxide rates are the highest they've been in over 400,000 years. It's not only raising global temperatures, but resulting in more severe storms, melting of glaciers, rise in sea levels, and droughts. Because of CO2 acidification in oceans, we also lose coral reef organisms, and it's primarily our fault. That's why we need current and emerging scientists researching and finding safer alternative energy sources. I want to live in a world where fighting disease or access to medical help isn't a growing concern. Not only do we have so many people suffering from incurable diseases like asthma, cancer, and diabetes, but we have so many people in parts of US and regions across the globe that can't afford medical help. Some developing countries have to rely on ill-equipped clinics and local healers. They walk days to get to a decent hospital, and many are on the verge of dying, suffering from just a common sickness that could easily be cured in developing countries like ours. With more of our generation spreading medicine and technology and making healthcare more affordable and accessible, we could further combat this problem. I want to live in a world where anyone can open their tap to get clean, pure water. In developing countries, approximately 80% of the battles against life and death begins at the water they drink. Since water is necessary for life, people consume any they can find, even if it means walking hours to get to the dirtiest stream water. Water containing fecal matter, metals, arsenic, viruses, parasites, bacteria, fluoride, and protozoa. We need engineers and scientists designing and implementing wells, filters, and other inventions in these countries so they don't fear the consequences of drinking water. I want to live in a world where mass shootings, drugs, murder, and suicide aren't the first things I see when I turn on the news. Instead, I want to hear stories of kids and teenagers changing the world in positive ways by volunteering, donating to charities, or helping the needy and homeless. In the past year, shootings and deaths have only increased, as generations have been given access to more harmful behavior through the ways they were taught growing up. If we could plant the right thoughts and mindset into the youth, imagine just how amazing our future would be. Lastly, I want to live in a world where color doesn't matter and bias towards certain types of people doesn't exist. Times are getting so bad that we're forgetting where this country's come from. We come from an extreme fight of equality with help of some of the world's greatest leaders, and we've now come so far. We must realize that we're all humans, and the battle now is for the human race as a whole. We must fight for a world where everyone is given the same opportunities to succeed, and education is provided to the 62 million girls around the world that don't have it. Our world will probably never be 100% perfect, but it's all up to us. So let's start striving toward a world without fear.